Oh, taking cover. No, taking cover is adding 2 to your armor class, not.
Correct. Okay.
It gives them the option, and I believe you can click on either of the two options in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I will take cover rather than. Oh no. I just have to remember it, I think.
You can click and drag things over to you as well, but yes, this one doesn't look like it's a.
No, I clicked and dragged and it added an action to me.
Okay, so it's second edition. They're level 3. Thank you, Harold. And it's a pre-written adventure. We're doing the Malevolence adventure.
Characters are custom, however.
Yes, characters are completely custom. So yes, 5th it's your turn.
Am I able to identify these things?
Okay, you can indeed attempt a nature check, unless you think you have a law which might be more applicable.
Hang on. So I've got. Oh no, that's not the right one. It's that one. So I could do nature, which I'm untrained in, but that means I can just.
If you're...
There was one about recalling information where if I'm untrained in it, I add. I think it's keen recollection. You can recall pertinent facts and topics that aren't your speciality. Your proficiency bonus to untrained skill checks to recall knowledge is equal to your level instead of +0. So I'd be adding an extra 3.
You'd be adding an extra 3 to whatever you roll.
Yeah. So I could do that for nature. Because other than that, I've got aberration, demon, incorporeal, Ravenel, spirit, and Zarwin. I'll go with nature.
Yep.
Does it give me an option to add? Yes. So circumstance +3.
Mm-hmm.
Add.
Yeah, Tenvis is unfortunately the only one that isn't working for some reason, so we do need to fix that. You are not certain if there's anything.
Not rolling well.
Yeah, you're not certain if there's anything realistically that you know about these creatures. There's a whole bunch of centipedes, basically. What it means in terms of them being a swarm and everything else like that, you're not sure.
Okay, I'm then gonna draw my
There's Lucius, not ass. You're going to draw your blade? Okay. There you go. Is it working? Is that one going to work? Why is that one not working now? Anyway, I'll figure it out. There's problems. There's problems. There's tech problems. There's always tech problems. Right. You're going to draw your blade. So you've done an ID. You've drawn your blade.
And then, why can I not strike with it?
What do you mean, why can't you strike with it?
It's not showing on my character sheet that I can do a strike.
Let me have a quick look. It's because you're not carrying it on your character sheet. You need to actually have drawn it. You've only drawn it one-handed. You've only drawn it one-handed. It takes an action to grip a two-handed sword. So you've identified you would draw a sword and then you would have to change grip to use it, which would be your 3 actions.
Well, it gave me the option to draw as two-handed.
Well then you should have picked that.
And one-handed. Yeah, no, so if I change grip, let me assume.
Yeah, change it.
There we go.
Fine. Not a problem.
Okay. And then I shall attempt to strike at the one that's attacking us, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yikes.
Hey, you guys are having problems today, aren't you?
Getting all the dice rolls out the way now.
All the bad dice rolls are already happening right now.
It's okay, I have a backup. We'll be fine.
Oh dear. Okay, that's you done. All right, let's move on to Lucius then.
Okie dokie. Well, we are going to start off striking with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he's drawn it, just for anybody who wants a descriptor, this particular sword, for anyone who's familiar with the game Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, this looks like the Soul Reaver. It is a large, curvy blade, very similar to a flamberge, full of callus.
Okay. A 23 is most definitely a hit on these things. Yep.
They are not undead.
They are not undead.
And I shall just press the button as is.
9 points of damage. Okay, you feel like the first person that's really taken a chunk, started to take a chunk out of these things, but you are well aware as you start swinging that, you know, if it was a big single creature, you'd be taking chunks out of this thing, but your swings are only sort of swatting the odd one or two and killing some. There is a level of reduction to your expected damage happening here. But with the fact that it is a wide sweeping blade, it doesn't seem to be too bad. You do still take a hefty chunk out of these creatures.
Excellent.
That's one action.
Indeed. Second action, I am going to, seeing the blade cutting through the mass of them, I'm going to use my shield to try and crush a bunch of them with the shield boss.
Yep. Unfortunately, with the shield, you just don't quite seem to get to them. They slide and slip out of the way as you come down on them.
And what other choice do I have? I'm going to take an action to step.
Move out the way. Always a good choice. That means it goes down to Tembus.
And as he is roguey, sneaky, thiefy type, and I used stealth for my initiative, I assume I won't get the one that's currently nobbling Fithra is not an off guard to me, but the other one is. Is that right?
So the one thing about swarms is they don't tend to take that sort of damage. They do not tend to take sort of sneak attack damage, and the reason why is simply because you're not attacking one creature. You can't blindside a swarm. So even if you went for the other ones, you don't believe you would get as big a bonus as you are hoping for.
Okay, so no negative impact on their AC. So in that case, then, having previously drawn his bow, because it is currently in hand, Tempest will loose an arrow into the swarm that is currently climbing all over Fithra, and we'll see how well his luck holds out. So strike. All looking good.
Target the creature as well. So
yes, clicky the thing. No, don't click at the thing. Click at the thing.
Just
yes.
Hover your mouse over and press T, and it will do the job. There you go.
Ha-ha. That one.
Alternatively, Alt and left click.
Yep. Your arrow seems to just completely miss the whole lot of them. It doesn't go anywhere.
Suck it. We'll then reload as one action, so second action, and third action will fire again because might as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it a short bow that you're using?
It is.
You don't need to take actions to reload. Technically, it's reload
It's a zero reload. Yeah.
Ooh. Good to know.
It's crossbows that have reload time. Generally speaking, bows don't tend to.
That's what I remember from Neffy. Right, in that case, then second action.
Okay, so
That's
a
better.
21 is indeed a hit. Roll your damage. It isn't anything better than a hit.
Good enough. 1d6 plus 1d6.
The extra sneak attack won't go through.
No.
So don't worry about it. I can separate the damage. It's not a problem. Because you did, if you, for anybody that ever wants to know with Foundry, if you click on the dice roll where it says 1d6 plus 1d6, it'll give you a drop down of the 2 different separate rolls. So the actual base damage was 3. You see your arrow go dead into the center of this lot, and then as you kind of watching and paying attention, the swarm just sort of separates around it, and not a single creature has been hit.
Well, that's just rude. Was Fithry did Fithry seem successful in trying to identify these things?
No, Fithry didn't really know anything about swarms.
In that case, then, with Tempest's dubious knowledge, he'll just load the bow and go,
Okay. Dubious knowledge
and
time.
attempt to identify. Yep.
Okey
With his dubious knowledge and things that are going on in the background.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So.
Please don't tell me to do nature only.
No. I have to roll. I'm rolling a dubious one, mate. I'm rolling a dubious one. Right. Okay. So a couple of things that you do know about these sorts of creatures. One, they are particularly vulnerable to fire and things like that. You can burn them away without too much of a problem. However, the poison that has got into Fithry's system, you are very, very aware that this can cause some quite long and complicated diseases, including ones which will ultimately put like become infectious and could spread around the group.
So full. And like I said, with his presence alerted, he'll just briefly shout out, it's the fastest way. Also, you need to get that scene too. And that'll be me 3 for 3.
Okay, it is unfortunately for you guys at this point where the other swarm finally gets its act together, and it's going to come barreling down here as well. It's going to plonk itself squarely on top of Fidget. I need Fidget to make a reflex save throw as these things start biting you, I'm afraid to say. Okay, you will only take half the damage here. So you're going to take 2 because it rounds down. But I also need to make a fortitude save, please.
Oof.
What do you care? What do you care? It's just bites. It's just
You're
tiny little
mutant
horrible
monk.
insects. Why would it make
Natural
any
20.
difference? Yeah.
Do I have a skill for that?
Okay. That then moves it down to the start of the second turn. It puts the person that is going for is going to go again. Fithry, I need you to make a reflex saving throw, please.
Let's be honest, I probably can't. So I need to take a. Oh.
First nat 20 as well.
It is. It is the first nat 20.
And it went to the goblin.
That is a fail, but not a critical fail.
Yeah.
You take 3 points of damage as they bite you again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're lucky because you're already infected with a poison. So you can't be infected again, but you do need to make a fortitude save throw.
Okay. Fortitude, you say?
Fortitude.
Wait. I pressed the button. Oh, I know why it's this button out. Is that what? There we go.
You're okay. You actually do stave off the poison. It doesn't get any worse to the extent where, for the purpose of this turn, you actually do shake off the stage 1 as well. which is good because it's not a pleasant poison, and it does actually last 6 turns. They're going to then slide
Good.
up for their second action onto Lucius, and I would like for the third action they're going to bite you. So I'd like a reflex save off of Lucius, please.
Okay.
Ooh, almost a crit, but that is going to mean you take half of this damage, so take 2 points of damage. And then a fortitude save, please, from Lucius again. That's less good. That's less good. So you will take a d6 worth of damage, and you become off guard. So let me just, again, I just have to be clever. So you take 4 points of poison damage, and you become off guard. For the
Yep.
Okay, that's its 3 actions. Fidget, it's your turn.
Okay, Fidget is going to take 1 step off the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Target the ones that suddenly started to attack me. Reach to my neck and take out a wooden blade dagger.
Mm.
Are we counting that as an action or a free action?
I believe it's.
If I remember the necklace of knives, it's an action to
It
pull
is an action to pull, yeah.
Good, just checking. And I'm
Well,
gonna.
it's an interact, and the interact, as part of the interact, you pull the knife from it, and immediately it grows into what you want it to be.
Yes.
And that's it. Effectively, at that point, you've now got your dagger, but it is an action
Yes.
to get that thing. Yep.
Okay. And now I'm gonna stab at the beasties
Okay.
around me on the floor.
Yep.
Target and strike. Yep, that should be right. Ooh, 19.
25 is most definitely a hit.
One.
So you start slashing with this dagger, and while you've seen the fact that Lucius with a slashing weapon could hurt these things, they just seem to sort of gather and move around the wooden dagger and just sort of bounce off of it. It looks like you still have to do at least a certain amount of work with the dagger to get it to do anything, and that wasn't quite enough.
Fair enough. Well, that ends my turn.
That ends your turn. Okay. Fifth three. Sorry, I wasn't quite expecting somebody to press the next combatant button because none of my players normally do.
I have a macro that ends my turn, so
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna approach and swing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And hope I actually hit.
Remember to target. You're generally pretty good at it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had forgotten though. There we go. Right.
Okay, that is a hit.
Good hit.
Okay.
Ah.
There. Do my damage.
Oh, that's a reasonable sort of proper hit because it's a slashing weapon, so you feel yourself connecting and start knocking some of these creatures down. The swarm is, however, still a considerable size. There does seem to be a lot of these creatures in this swarm.
And then I guess swing again.
That's up to you, but yep, that's certainly an option.
Yeah, makes sense, really.
But with a 14, it's still not enough for these creatures. They're yeah.
Yeah.
the wriggling
That's me done
bastards.
because I moved attack. So that's me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. That puts it to Lucius then.
Yeah. And now that I can see what it is how you play as a GM. I'm now going to start using all of my arsenal. So just be aware of that.
What on earth do you mean?
I've been holding back just to see.
Uh-huh.
So
Does
I'm
this?
going to step here,
Mm-hmm.
target, and take another big sweeping strike with the blade.
Yep.
On slashing, not piercing.
That is a hit. Again, it does. You do see these that you take out a number of the creatures. It does seem to be doing a reasonable amount.
And I will then take my final action as another strike with the blade because the shield wasn't really helping.
No. But with a 13, I'm afraid you miss.
Yep, and that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Tembis.
How tightly are we tracking arrows? Because I know you're a little bit more relaxed in the other game regarding arrows and bolts and such.
The system itself should be tracking your arrows. So each time you make an attack, it is dropping one off.
Okay.
Pathfinder does unfortunately work on the principle of you never really find your arrows once you've used them. The original first edition did, but the second edition is a little bit more strict on that one.
Fair enough. Like I said, I will step in. I hate this idea. This is a dumb idea. I will step in. And I will attempt to give it a good shank. Oh, I will draw my short sword. And then I'll attempt to give it a good shanking.
Yep.
So let's see what we've got going on here. In fact, I would have dropped the short bow and drawn the short sword and strike. Roll +9. That looks good. Yes.
You have hit the creatures. Are you just before I go in? I'm going to be. Are you using the short sword in its normal way, which is piercing, or are you swinging it?
I would have been swinging because these are multiple swarmy buggy things as opposed
Okay.
to stabby stabby.
That's fine.
Things. And yeah, so yep. So roll for damage. No sneak attack because no sneak. So turn that off.
As a note for any players who do have weapons that have options, you can select which type it's using before you swing. Just for future reference, if you look at the end of your short sword, you will have like an axe or a bow.
Yeah, the bow is
piercing.
The axe is slashing.
Axe is slashing, and if it's bludgeoning, I assume it's some form of mace or maul.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I have now made that adjustment. There we go. And currently I've not got anything to siphon, so this is just straight. Ooh, that's not bad.
Okay, 9 points of damage. Again, there is something in terms of you're catching them, you know you are, but it just seems to not quite be doing as much as you would really want it to be doing. That
Wriggly
said,
bugs.
the remains of this swarm do now seem to be very minimal. There are still a number around, they can still hurt you, they can still do stuff, but it doesn't seem to be as large a swarm as it was. The downside for you is the next thing to act is the large swarm that still remains over the other side.
Yeah.
And it is going to go over Fidget. So a reflex saving throw, please, for Fidget. That is a fail. So you will take 8 points of piercing damage as they bite through you quite severely, and then I want a fortitude save as well, please.
Ah, you bastard.
However,
Oh, I was on a
you
journey, that
avoid
one.
the poison. With that roll, even just that roll, that shakes the poison away. You are not infected with the poison. So that is 2 actions to get to there. Let's keep spreading the love. 5-3. A reflex. No, they won't get a chance to bite, so they just move over the top of you. They've used all of their actions, but they will shift over the top of you. Right, the small group, the one that is almost gone, will slide for 1 action over the top of Tenvis and Lucius. I will need a reflex save from both of you.
Horrible, nasty, bitey things. Now, get off.
Yeah, that's a critical pass. You know, that's a critical success. There is no damage coming into Tenvis whatsoever as he bounces out the way. It also means you don't have to make a fortitude save because they effectively did not connect with you. Lucius, on the other hand, you are going to be hit. You will take 4 points of damage because it was a fail, so you take the whole whack, and you need a fortitude save throw, please.
Damage first.
Damage by 1,000
then-
cuts, isn't it, really, this?
I mean, it's fighting a swarm of insects. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Fortitude save, whatever, no problems. Completely ignoring the poison. They're going to spend their last action to do it again, so can I please have another reflex save from both of you?
Indeed.
Lucius, that is a fail. Tenvis.
Sorry. Reflex. Ding. There we go.
Hey!
Body things. No.
He's definitely not wanting to be biting.
No, he does not want to be bitten. 7 more points of damage from the bites, though, on Lucius, and another fortitude save, please.
See, you sucky are better.
Second natural 20.
Again,
All about-
poisons,
I'm
whatever. Lucius doesn't care for poisons. Being bitten is annoying, but poisons, whatever. Fidget, it's your turn.
Right, I have a question.
Okay.
Are we using off guard, flanking rules?
So, you can indeed off guard a centipede. Yes.
Right, but where would I do it for? Let's say the filthy there. Would I do it from that position or from that position?
So you would need to be one further down, effectively, for 5-3.
Right.
For the purpose of argument, because the rules for swarms don't tend to stop you being able to off guard them, as far as I remember, and it's been a while since I looked at that rule for swarms. But things like the effects that you get from off guard tend to be rarer. So I have a feeling that Herald is just checking.
I am.
But yes, if
So I
it
don't
is
need to be
possible, you would
standing
have to be
in the swarm.
No,
them
you
off
don't
guard.
have to be standing in them. No.
Right. Okay. So first action, I'm going to move down to.
To clarify, swarms are immune to grappled, prone, and restrained. It says nothing about off guard.
Okay, there you are then.
So then they'll be affected as normal.
I'm flanking the swarm that's currently attacking.
Yep.
Filthy. And then I'm going to stab it with my knife, which is still in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
With my first strike. Piercing damage, of course.
Yep.
Oh, God. First natural one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not.
No, it's the second natural one. 5-3 got
It's
the first.
second natural one. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Did it calculate offside?
It's no, but I've got that in.
And it still didn't do it anyway.
It's
So
still nowhere
natural.
near.
And I'm gonna reload my other barrel, as it were.
Okie dokie.
with my last turn, which will change my grip to a two-handed again.
Okie dokie.
Which means I've dropped the knife as well.
Yep. Yep. Which I believe.
Oh shit! That actually dropped it.
Check.
I shouldn't have done
Technically, no, it's still there.
that. Not in my thing. I don't.
The knife itself, no, it won't be in your thing.
It needs to be there anyway, so I can't press the button if I.
Yeah.
It'd be grateful if you put it back there, but thank you. That in my zone.
Try and hit the one that's around me. I don't know.
I mean, do by all means remember, and so far some people have proven this already, these things don't have attack of opportunity. Stepping out of their space is an entirely valid thing to make them use an action.
Because they have to be on top of you to attack.
Yeah. So I could dash and just move 50.
You could just move away from them, as far as you want.
Okay, I'll go over here.
Yep. Just I'm out of here.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm gonna, because I'm currently holding my elven blade, so I'm gonna drop that and hold my short bow so I can start shooting next round.
Did you drop your short bow before? No, you didn't, did you? You hadn't drawn any weapons. You just didn't come in here at all with anything. Yep, fine. Yep, you draw your bow. So dropping is free. So the draw is another action. You've got one more action left.
Yeah. No, I double moved.
You double moved. Okay, then you don't. That's fair enough.
I can only move 25 foot and I moved 45. So
yep. Okay. Lucius.
Okay. How do I want to? I think that's about where. I'm going to move rather than stepping.
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
And I'm going to target this swarm here.
So
I'm going to take another.
It would be off guard. In this case, I have actually put off guard on the creature, so that is a hit. Fine. Okay, so that one, as you take that last swing, you kind of see and what remains of that group just scuttles away. It just disperses and the swarm is gone.
Excellent. And for my last action, I'm just going to take just a bash with the shield because I've got it. I want to use it.
That would miss.
Yeah, that's totally fine, and that's that.
Okay. That makes it Tempest's turn.
Tempest does not like being here. No. Not a good place for Yasaki. Tempest will step out and swing wildly.
So the one to the north of you is dead. So yeah, there you go. That does indeed make it flat-footed to you too. So flat-footed, off guard. There you
go. So that one. No, wrong dice. Sorry, wrong target rather. But still a fail.
Yes, it would be.
With the chop and the chop.
I mean, you're just not hitting anything, are you? Okay.
Nope. 2-3 actions done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's only one left. but when you read the thing that says they just continue to attack any living target,
It's
kind
fine.
of ties my hand a little. Fidget is the one that keeps on having a go at us. I'd like you to make a reflex save throw, please. That is a success. You will only take half the damage.
Old. If he's about to take damage, this is what I meant by doing things.
Yep, go for it.
Glimpse of
Okay.
redemption.
Yes. Okay, so you reach out as you see the centipede start to swarm over Fidget. You do not take any damage from this attack. So that
You get to choose.
Oh yeah. So you can be either unharmed by the attack or gain damage resistance equal to 2 plus your level.
And you get to choose the effect, Grumpy.
Yeah.
Indeed, legit.
All damage against the triggering damage equal to 2 plus your level. After the damaging effect is applied, the enemy becomes enfeebled 2 until the end of its next turn. I get to choose. They're creatures. They don't think like the same, in that way. They will say that you will take. So the damage will become resistance. You'll gain 5 points of damage reduction. So you'll take 1 point of damage. So
and because I have a very specific perk for it, they are stupefied too.
As well as the enfeebled.
No, instead of.
Okay, stupefied too. All right. Paralyzed.
It is the ability as a champion called Weight of Guilt.
Fair enough. 2 points of stupefied on my critters. So yes, we'll still need to get 1 damage onto Fidget, but probably have to do that on the character sheet.
You can drag champion's resistance onto him.
Onto him.
Onto Fidget.
Onto Fidget. Right, let me grab that. There you go. That is done. Which should mean when you click on the damage, it should only reduce your damage, give you 1 point of damage. If it doesn't, I can fix that easily enough.
I'm taking half, right?
No.
Yeah, you still take half, but the half will round up to 1 because I think it is a minimum of 1. It might be 0. We'll see.
Just press half and see what happens.
Take no damage because it's rounded it down.
Pathfinder, yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so that's 2 actions. It'll try and bite Fidget again.
Oh, so
Another reflex save, please. Again, you'll take half. Your thing is only against the 1 event, I believe, so you don't have the...
Nope, he has resistance until the end of its next turn.
Fair enough then. You take no damage then.